once the live button lights up. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to high school softball here on the Region Sports Network. Game night in the region, coming to you live from Highland High School as the Region Sports Network presents the Highland Trojans taking on the Andrean 59ers in an NCC softball showdown. My name is Nathan Laird. I'll have the play-by-play for today's broadcast. Ed McLeod will be joining me with the color analysis. Ed, before we bring you in, get your analysis for this broadcast. A festive night here at Highland, senior night activities. We were on the field earlier as they honored these Highland High School Trojan seniors. Let's go to the clips.
The Highland High School softball team. So we're going to get started right away with our first athlete, Zoe French. Zoe tonight is being escorted by her parents, Paul French and Jessica French. Her activities is she is a member of the National Honor Society and has been in the orchestra for 7 years. Zoe is attending Purdue University to major in biomedical engineering. Zoe French.
Yeah, Zoe.
Our next senior is Maddie Pinero. Maddie's being escorted by her parents, Michelle and Tony Pinero. She has loved being a member of the Highland High School softball team. Her plans after high school, she plans on getting her cosmetology license and working in a hair salon. Give it up for Maddie Pinero. Our next senior tonight is Kylie Prime. Being escorted by Melissa O'Connell and Mary O'Connell. Kylie's activities here at Highland High School include volleyball. She played basketball and she is also a member of this softball team. Her plans after high school is to major in radiology at Indiana University Northwest to get her bachelor's degree. Kylie Prime.
Go, Kylie!
And next we have senior Peyton Reed. Peyton is being escorted by Megan and Anthony Reed. Her activities here at Highland High School include Key Club, FCA, and Sustainability Club. Peyton will be attending Aurora University and continuing her basketball career. She will major in primary education to become a teacher and later to become a principal at an elementary school. Peyton Reed. Our next senior tonight is Mia Rivera. Mia is being escorted by Sarah and Dave Rivera. Her activities here at Highland High School include the bulletin editor for Key Club, president for Student Council, secretary for class of 2023, historian for Spanish Honor Society, vice president of leadership for National Honor Society, and vice president of the Athletics Leadership Committee. Her plans after high school are to attend Florida Gulf Coast University to major in nursing in hopes of becoming a nurse and assistant. I think I got that right. Mia Rivera. Our next senior tonight is Jasmine Streetelmeyer. She's being escorted by Maria and David Streetelmeyer. Her activities at Highland High School include basketball, FCA, and Key Club. Jasmine plans on attending IUN for dental assisting and hygiene and later plans to be a dentist. Jasmine Streetelmeyer. Our next senior is Sarah Swallow.
Yes, sir!
Sarah's being escorted by Kristen and Joe Swallow. Her activities at Highland High School include 2023 President, she's the class of 2023 President, Athletic Leadership Committee President, Student Council, Historian Key Club, Webmaster, National Honor Society, and varsity soccer and softball. Her plans after high school will be to attend Missouri Western State University to play softball and study communications and marketing. Give it up for Sarah Swallow. And our last senior tonight is Joanna Zerlis. Joanna's being escorted by Tony Zerlis and Nellie Zerlis. Her activities at Highland High School include National Honor Society, softball, and volleyball. Joanna's plans after high school are to attend Purdue University for a professional flight major in hopes to become a pilot and travel across the country. Joanna Zerlis. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have one more round of applause for all the seniors here on the Highland High School softball team. Seniors, you will truly be missed, and we have appreciated your hard work and effort on the field and in the classroom.
Back live here at Highland High School. Micah Snyder leading things off for the Andrean 59ers. 2-2 count. Ed, welcome into the broadcast finally. We delayed your season debut here, my friend.
Yeah, I was all excited. I took a shower, put in my good teeth. I was ready for it.
Snyder hits a fly ball to straightaway center. Camping out underneath it is Tatum Spain, the center fielder. Excuse me, that would be – who's our center fielder for Highland?
Jordan Steele.
I missed her on my lineup. That's why I didn't. So I got to refill up my lineup card. Lovely. Especially her dad is going to be helping us out with some lineup changes. We are in the softball side of the press box here, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to do our best to get all the lineup changes as many as we can.
Let's hope there's not any.
That's true. Big swing and a miss there. Mia Rivera in the circle for the Highland Trojans on the season. She is 5-1. Has thrown 68 1/3 innings on the season, a 2.56 ERA. And that one gets the inside part of the plate. 0-2 the count.
Well, this is my first chance of seeing either team. I tell you, Rivera, you read in the papers, you don't know exactly what it is, but it looks like she brings it pretty good.
Fly ball hit too shallow right field. That's going to get down for a hit. Or did it go foul? And it went foul. We're going to have to get used to the depth perception on being on this side. 1-2 the count.
I bring my wrong glasses.
What's interesting, though, you talked about, Mia Rivera can get it done on, in the circle at the plate as well. It's not often you see the pitcher as the leadoff hitter, but that's what she is for this Highland team.
Yeah, I was when I was writing out the lineup, I was thinking about that, and a couple names coming to mind, and I don't want to put pressure on her, putting in the category of like a Mel Dumasich, and that.
There's a fly ball hit to left. Going to be collected by Peyton Reed, out number 2. So the Niners aren't, what's the in vogue thing in baseball, the launch angle? They're going for that. They're trying to hit it high and deep, and today's not necessarily a day where the ball's going to carry that much.
No, not at all. You got the wind blowing in a little bit, got a little heavy air.
We'll get your Economy Electric Heating and Cooling first inning forecast after the top of the first here, because we'll keep it right here in between innings for you, give you lineups for both teams. We wanted to make sure we got that senior day action on there, and that's why we were joining in progress in that first at-bat, as this is Maggie Valiva at the plate for the Niners, hitting .354 on the season, 11 runs driven in, 4 doubles, a home run for the number 3 hitter for Glenn Icefelder's Andrean 59ers. Or as he signed his email today, Coach Ice. I like it. I like it. Did you give yourself a coaching nickname at all?
Well, not that I can say on air.
Fair enough. That one from Rivera, Mrs. High.
Of course, I don't know if that was my nickname or my players who gave it to me, but
fair
either
enough.
way.
Well, and you're in familiar stomping grounds here, a Highland High School graduate yourself.
Yes, it feels good to be back here. Don't come here as often as I'd like. Always be blue and gold. Best 4 years of my life was junior year.
You haven't lost a beat, and it's been a while since you've had the microphone on. You haven't lost a beat, my friend.
I've been saving up.
Once I asked if you want to do this game, you're like, all right, here's my notes.
Yeah.
The pitch from Rivera, Mrs. High. That's ball 4. Valiva draws the 2-out walk as she heads down to first base. That brings up Gracie Wardingley.
Yeah, I'm just glad we didn't have to walk the halls because I think I would get lost in the new configuration here.
Well, that's when I go back to my alma mater, Griffith High School. I get lost unless I'm down in like the athletic wing. I know where I'm going there. But
Yeah.
anywhere else, no. Wardingley looks at the first pitch, a slow roller to second. Second baseman over to first. That is Rivera. That is Evie Rivera over to first base. A 4-3 put out to end the inning. So Andrean does get a runner on, but they can't take advantage. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left on base. We'll keep it right here in between innings and give you our Economy Electric Heating and Cooling first inning forecast. That's brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Right now, 54 degrees here in Highland. It is drizzling, but thankfully not coming down too hard. Cloudy conditions expected around 8 o'clock, so the rain's not going to be in the forecast for that much longer. Not an ideal night for softball, but if you would have asked us about an hour ago, it looked significantly worse.
Yeah, exactly. I was left to work at about 2 o'clock today, and I was like, oh, man, what a great day for softball. Then I left to come here. I'm like, oh, what a crappy day for softball.
Yeah, not ideal conditions, but again, we're nice and warm here. I think maybe even a little bit more than warm here in the press box here. We are, again, if you're familiar with the arrangement at Highland High School, there's a double-sided press box, one facing the football field, one facing the soccer field. We're on the soccer side, looking to the softball field from there. So we got a great view here from Highland. And let's give you the batting order for the home team, the Highland Trojans. And I'm going to have to check my lineup cards as I wrote it down wrong. So we'll go off Coach Harry Humyak's lineup card that he gave us prior to the game. Leading things off, as we talked about, is the pitcher, Mia Rivera. Peyton Reed plays left, and she hits second. Jordan Boyd, the first baseman, hits third. Sarah Swallow, the shortstop with big power in her bat, hits fourth. Hitting fifth is the center fielder, the freshman, Jordan Steele. Hitting sixth is number 10, Erica Phillips. She also plays, she's the catcher for the Trojans. Hitting seventh is number 11. That would be Joanna Zerlis. Hitting eighth is number 6, Skylar Zodeman, and she plays third. And rounding out the lineup is number 4, Evie Rivera, and she is the second baseman. So here's Mia Rivera at the plate, facing Abby Bond in the circle for Andrean. And Ed, one of the things we talked about that was a little bit interesting for Andrean, and as you know, being a longtime softball coach yourself, you don't need a ton of depth pitching-wise. Andrean's only used 2 pitchers all season.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it could say a lot of things. Obviously, they're having success, so they chose the right scenario to make it work. But yeah, a lot of teams like to get maybe junior varsity, some pitchers, some experience just in case, and just give them a taste of the varsity talent.
Off-speed pitch. Rivera looks at a strike, and you got a pitcher like Abby Bond, who's 10-2 on the season, has thrown 95 2/3 innings this year, has given up 21 runs. 16 of those have been earned. 149 strikeouts compared to just 25 walks, a 1.17 ERA. There's a fly ball to center right at Tatum Spain, out number 1. Spain had to take, 2 steps there?
Yeah,
if even that.
I think that was just to get comfortable. She had to beat on that right away.
That brings up Peyton Reed, left fielder. We'll get you some numbers on her here in just a second. First pitch to her is a strike. Reed hitting .339 on the season. A couple doubles, 4 runs driven in.
You know, one thing I noticed, like I was talking to you earlier, I haven't watched as much high school or seen as much high school softball as I usually do. You know, reading in the paper, you know, one thing I noticed in the area is there's no clear-cut dominant force. You know, Lake Central's good, or you know, and this and that. But I mean, you got programs that are competing with programs that shouldn't be, you know, they shouldn't be competing with, and this
Right,
and that.
and you have some programs, your traditional powers, you know, like you said at Lake Central, they're really good. But at one point in time, I haven't looked at the polls yet for this week, Morgan Township was number 1 in the state in Class 1A as Reed fouls that one off over the fence down the left field line.
You know, it's well, I guess when I was coaching, I didn't like parity because I wanted to be on top.
Yeah,
But
you
as-
wanted to be that dominant program.
Yeah, but as a fan, it's great to see that the area is that competitive.
We got a junior high track meet going on behind us as well, in case you hear some other noise in the box here today.
I can't believe people run on purpose.
I know, right? That one's fouled away over the Highland fans. I think it hit the building there. But a busy day here at Highland. You got Highland versus Griffith and a baseball showdown to our left. The softball game you're watching here, middle school track behind us. They're supposed to have a tennis match today as well. That got postponed because of the rain. Thought that one hit her, but it just bounced off the catcher's glove. She kind of leaned into that one pretty far, didn't she? Justin, what you got the count as? Justin Cole, our producer, 2-2. I'm going to have you guys signal we can't see the scoreboard from here. Or we could, pay attention.
I think the backgammon team is hosting a match as well.
Was that a team you were on in high school?
No, that involved thinking.
Oh, fair enough.
I was the champion in the 50-yard buffet, though.
The 2-2 misses low. The count is full to the Highland number 2 hitter. That is Peyton Reed. Trying to get a runner on for Jordan Boyd.
Nice crowd from Highland. That's great to see.
Senior night. Ground ball hit too short. Over to first. Micah Snyder makes the play from a shortstop position. 6-3 on the put out, 4 out, number 2. That brings up Jordan Boyd. 2 outs, bases empty. She's hitting .317 on the year, 16 runs driven in, 4 doubles and a triple.
You know, I've been watching a lot of baseball as well, professional with the rule changes and all that. In the back of my head, keeping it. If y'all had just been watching softball all these years, you would have had this nailed down.
First pitch to Boyd misses, ball 1. I agree with you 100%. I like the new pace of play rules in baseball, but again, it's, in covering baseball and softball here in the region for years, that, the quick pace of these softball games is really enjoyable.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'm sure we talked about earlier about last year's College World Series. I mean, I think a lot more people got a taste of that excitement,
right?
In that pace, like you're saying, it adds to it.
Yeah, you're able to watch a lot more college softball on TV than ever before, and it's people are learning to love the game and how exciting it is.
Absolutely.
3-0 the count here to Boyd. Sarah Swallow on deck. Should this inning continue? There's ball 4. So 4-pitch walk to Jordan Boyd. So kind of a mirror image between the 2 half innings there. 2 quick outs and then a 2-out walk. See if Highland can take advantage with Swallow coming to the plate. She's hitting .333 on the season, 28 runs driven in. Not only does she lead the team, but she's got 12 more than anybody else on this squad. 12 doubles and a pair of home runs.
Not bad at all.
With the wind blowing in and everything, it would take quite a shot to get one out of here today, though.
Yeah, definitely. It'd have to be a line drive, I would think. Yeah, we got couple people in left field thinks that she has a chance. So
Yeah, they're looking to get a souvenir over there in left. First pitch to her missed low. Big swing and a miss, something off speed there from Bond.
nice pitch, right under the hands.
On a day like today, would you want your pitchers to attack inside? Because it's not freezing cold, but it still can't feel great to jam one off the inside.
Oh yeah,
Today.
Well, I was dumb enough. I always wanted them to attack the inside, but yeah, definitely a day like today.
There's a frozen rope foul. That was looking like extra bases for sure.
Yeah. The one thing, as I was watching that hit, the one thing, if I'm gonna have my pitchers throw inside, I would tend to shift my fielders
Right,
to
to
their
the
side.
line.
Yeah. See, now I can't really see the lines because it's about a football field away, but it looks like the left fielder is well off the line.
And even the right fielder is shifted left a little bit. So if she can go the other way, even down the right field line, there's a lot of space there for her.
I suckered you into talking about going the opposite way.
Swing and a miss, strike three. So you got me talking about it, but it's all for naught. Like Andrean, Highland gets a 2-out base runner. They can't do anything. We go to the top of the second after Highland puts up no runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We go to the second. Highland and Andrean scoreless here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Scheduled hitters for the Andrean 59ers here on the top of the second include Libby Valiva, Tatum Spain, and Abby Bond. That is the 5, 6, and 7 spots in the order. As we're scoreless here. Top of the second, Nathan Laird and Ed McLeod here with you. A whole RSN crew out. That one's fouled off. We got Justin Cole on production, Claude Martinez and Mike DeWine on cameras. Chris Ramirez, our executive producer. Thanks, everybody, for spending some of your Monday. I had to think about what day it was for a minute. Tells you about how busy of a weekend I had. I was here this weekend watching some club soccer action. My daughter had a game over here on the football side of things.
Oh, nice.
Soccer game. Munster got the victory over Highland.
Good weather for it, at least.
Yeah. Shutout in goal. That was my kid in goal, so I gotta give her the shout out there. Ground ball, slow roller to third. Fires over to first in plenty of time. That is Zodman over at third.
A little bit of gun there.
Skylar Zodman showing off that arm. 1 out. 5-3 on the putout. Brings up center fielder Tatum Spain.
You know, it's funny that you happen to bring up going opposite field. But a day like today, if I was right-handed hitter, that's, obviously I always talk about going opposite field, but today I would be thinking opposite field because that wind is going to play more tricks to that right fielder, and more than likely the right fielder is going to be off the line.
Got a slap hit attempt and just goes foul.
That's something that's kind of went by the wayside a little bit. I mean, you still have your slap hitters, but not as prevalent as it was, say, 6-7 years ago.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think a strategy like that has kind of gone by the wayside?
It's gone to power. I hate to sound like the get off my lawn guy, but yeah, people are seeing the power. It's fun to see on ESPN and all that. Now everyone wants to be a power hitter, and the offenses adjust for that. I haven't seen as many stolen bases as I used to see, or bunts, which is fine. Games progress, sports progress. But I think you have a lot of athletes that aren't utilizing some assets that they have because they're not slap hitting and using their speed.
And then eventually it's all cyclical. It'll go back to where that's the thing, and you take advantage of maybe a team that's not as good defensively because they are going for more power and recruiting more on the offensive side.
Yeah, matter of fact, hello, Elizabeth. Last time when she tried, no, it was her.
Pop up
Who's
out of
that?
play.
Tatum. That little slap. Now she's real good. And now look where the left fielder at, and look where the center fielder's at.
Right, there's a huge.
That's
a
a huge
gap.
I mean,
in
that's
right center.
If you put it in the right spot, you get a double out of it.
1-2 the count here to Tatum Spain. Fouls that one out of play. Count stays at 1-2. Spain on the season. I hadn't. There we go. Hitting .270 on the season. He's driven in 6 runs, a couple doubles. Andrean as a team has 10 home runs, double the amount of the Highland Trojans. Outside on that off speed, count move up to 2-2.
And I know I'm 300 feet away, but man, I would have swung at that.
That has to be so tempting when you see it coming in that slow. And
Yeah.
Good eye there by Spain. Fouls
See,
that one out of play.
Here's another thing. Look at the shortstop. Now, I coached about 4 girls at Griffith alone. That if they put it between a pitcher and a third baseman, the shortstop can't even throw it out. They couldn't even make a play.
Yeah,
because they're so deep. But I'm old.
2-2 off speed, fouled over the backstop. She's seen how many pitches here in this at-bat. This has been a long at-bat, a good at-bat for Tatum Spain.
That's got to be, 5-6 foul balls?
At least.
Yeah, she's seeing the ball. She took the one that I would have swung at. I mean, she's seeing it good.
The 2-2, kind of a check swing line drive right to Skylar Zodman at third. Out number 2. That brings up the pitcher, Abby Bond. Hitting .224 on the season, 16 runs, driven in 5 doubles. She has one of the team's 10 home runs. See if she can help her cause here, picking up home run number 2. Again, it would take a mighty wallop here today to get one out with that wind blowing in from left field. There's a pop-up to shallow right. It's actually going to stay in the infield as Evie Rivera makes the catch. Out number 3, an easy 1-2-3 inning for Maya Rivera. Andrean goes down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We move to the bottom of the second. Highland coming to bat. We're still scoreless on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Game night in the region back here from Highland High School. Nathan Laird, Ed McLeod with you. Senior night for the Trojans. They're coming to bat in the bottom of the second. It's going to be Jordan Steele, Erica Phillips, and Joanna Zerlis as the scheduled hitters for Highland here. Trying to pick up a conference victory with the tournament right around the corner. This spring sports season went fast.
Yeah, it did. And not even broadcasting.
It's true. Steele lays down the bunt, but it goes foul.
Man, 436 for Jordan Steele. That's not too bad.
Well, and if you followed Highland athletics in recent years, the name Steele has been pretty prevalent. Taylor Steele, one of the highest leading scorers in Highland girls basketball history. Swing and a miss there. Just a whole family of athletes. Their dad, Mike Steele, doing the PA on the in the press box today. He used to do some games with us here on the Region Sports Network till, kids' activities kept him a little too busy.
Darn kids.
I know. They always get in the way of fun.
Right.
Fouls that one back to the fence. We'll get you the Andrean defensive alignment here in a little while. Oh, and 2 the count to Steele. There's a fly ball hit to right field. Coming in and making the catch is Shea Spillman.
I'll tell you, as many fly balls as we've seen, the wind, as much as we're talking about, it doesn't seem to be playing tricks with the fielders.
No, and I'm surprised with how many we've seen in the air here today. You would think that they would intentionally, try to keep things on the ground, use their speed and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But we've seen, how many fly balls here today. And that brings up Erica Phillips, the catcher. Get you her stats here after this pitch, which misses outside. Phillips on the season hitting .265, 4 runs driven in. She has a double and a triple. The 1-0, a big swing and a miss.
Yeah, I know it's high school and all, but still seeing a triple from your catcher is is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. You could probably count on one hand how many times you had that on some of your teams.
Oh yeah.
There's a pitch that just missed. Woo. 2-1. 2-2, thank you.
We need the K zone.
Yeah, from back here, I'm not quite sure where it missed, but swing and a miss, strike 3. Phillips down on strikes for out number 2.
That was a good placement. Good placement right there. That's the one thing is I try to tell catchers or the pitchers, if you think you got away with one, go further out. Like we couldn't tell it looked like borderline the last pitch, go further out, and she chased it.
Second strikeout of the day for Abby Bond, 151 now on the campaign for her. It's the first pitch to Zerlis, missed outside, ball 1. There's a line drive into the left center gap. Nice job by Spain getting over there quickly and cutting that off because Zerlis was looking to from the get-go.
Yeah, she was flying out. She wanted it.
First hit of the game for either team comes off the bat of Joanna Zerlis, puts runner on and 2 outs for Skylar Zoteman.
Actually, I think she hit it too hard.
That was one you get a little bit more lift on that thing. That's hitting the fence, and you're looking at a 2-bagger.
Right.
Zoteman on the season hitting .370. She's driven in 14 runs. She's got a double and a pair of triples. Looks at a ball. That pitch. No, there's a strike. Late call there.
Bond really attacking the outside this inning.
Which is opposite. In that first inning, she was going inside to a lot of those Andrean hitters. One and two the count. Oh, 2-1, thank you. Misses low, that makes it 3-1. Never realized how much I relied on the scoreboard for the count.
Right.
Especially, when I'm late and filling out my defensive alignment sheets. Mike DeWan doing an amazing job helping me out here.
Well, you figure you got it. No, we're looking outside again.
They go back outside and miss. Ball 4, second free pass issued by Bond in the contest. Puts a runner in scoring position and 2 outs for Evie Rivera, the number 9 hitter in the Highland order. Rivera hitting .326. She's driven in 6, looking for her first extra base hit on the season. Coach Humyak saying, all right, now would be a good time for that.
Yeah. Be a great time for that.
Meeting in the circle for the 59ers. Is this just, especially with it being no coaches out there, just the team just kind of calm your pitcher down or go over defensive situations?
Probably more so calm the pitcher down. You got it. You number 9 hitter, this and that. We got your back. I don't know how much they know in advance, but looking at the stats here, Highland doesn't steal. There's not a lot of sacrifices, so not going to expect too much, anything fancy. So.
Yeah, on the season, the Trojans have stolen just 41 bases. Andrean almost has them doubled up with 76 on the year, so, and not a team that looks to run, like you said.
Yeah. And it's something I tell people when they ask me my expert, quote-unquote, big quote-unquote expert advice or opinions, is, hey, this is me sitting out here seeing what I see. I'm not at practices every day. I don't know the girls. I don't, so everything I say is assumptions.
Here's the 0-2 to Rivera. That one misses high. Lineup will turn over to Mia Rivera. Should Evie extend this inning for the Trojans and possibly give them the lead. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bond gets out of it with a strikeout, her 3rd of the game, and that leaves 2 on base. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on. Highland has stranded 3 so far here in this ballgame. We're through 2 complete. Andrean and Highland scoreless here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Scheduled hitters for Andrean in the top of the 3rd include Shay Spillman, Aubrey Grasha, and then back to the top of the order with Micah Snyder as they're looking for their first hit against Mia Rivera. They have drawn 1 walk here so far in this game, but combined between the 2 teams, through 2 innings, we've had just 1 hit. It's a pitcher's game.
Yeah, I was just going to say, old-fashioned softball, right?
Which, again, we keep harping on how the weather conditions can affect. That's not surprising for a day like today either.
No, not at all. When I was at Hobart, we had the Lake George effect. You never knew what you were going to get.
So some more warm-up tosses. Again, if you're just joining us, it was
0-1.
Oh, thank you. This is what I get for looking away for a second. 0-2 to Spillman. See, you guys got my back when I look away.
How dare you make me pay attention?
I know, right? I thought that was a long in between innings. There's a liner right back to Rivera. Out number 1.
Well, she handled that like she.
Yeah, she made that. She made that, and it's tough to tell from where we're at how hard that was hit. But she kind of turned around and gesticulated to her outfield like, "Don't worry, guys, I got this. This is mine."
I'm gonna do it all by myself now.
That picks up Aubrey Grasha. Hitting .250 on the season. She's got 9 runs driven in, looking for extra base hit number 1. Fouls that one out of play. Thought for a second it was going to hit that Andrean minibus back there.
Oh, is that what that?
Yeah,
oh,
their van.
Oh, they're moving up. They didn't used to have buses.
Now everybody, sometimes you still see everybody arrives in their car.
Yeah.
Shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a ball outside.
Well, if she does get on, I'm going to expect to see her steal. She has 12 stolen bases for the season.
Just second on this team. Pitch from Rivera. Popped up in the infield. Swallow basically stepping on second base.
Is that a double play?
Makes catch out number 2. That is now 6 in a row retired by Mia Rivera in the circle for the Trojans. That's back to the top of the order now with Micah Snyder, who 0 for 1.
This is always when I find it gets interesting. When you're in a battle like this is the second time around for the pitchers. Well, in a game, let alone they probably faced each other earlier in the season.
This is the second meeting between these teams, and I'm sure with the amount of travel ball and everything that's played, a lot of these hitters have seen a lot of the opposition.
Yeah, absolutely, but still you get the conditions, how they're feeling, for the day.
There's a sky-high pop-up just in foul territory. Swallow moves over from a shortstop position, makes the catch. Out number 3, 7 in a row retired by Mia Rivera and the Trojans. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Highland, Andrean scoreless here on Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Top reasons to work at Strack and Van Til.
Many opportunities to grow.
Flexible hours.
Outstanding benefits like paid vacation time and holidays.
Enjoy health benefits in a 401k plan.
I always feel like I'm part of the team.
Premium and competitive pay.
The sign-on and referral bonuses help to find the perfect talent.
Text STRAX to 97211 to apply today, or visit our site at strackandventil.com/careers. Nobody else will give you the opportunities that we do.
Mia Rivera leads things off for the Trojans in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's the 1-2-3 hitters for Highland. That's Rivera, Peyton Reed, and Jordan Boyd. Highland has 1 hit in this ballgame. The lone hit of this contest so far as both teams look to crack the scoreboard here in this NCC showdown. First pitch from Abby Bond misses low.
See, and that's one thing, I think that, even in baseball, with the small ball, a lot of people hate it and this and that, and that's fine. But sometimes you get a situation, it's like you got to create. You have to create activity.
You have to manufacture that sometimes. And again, you do those little things. Maybe you get in the head of their defense and, get them off their game.
Mm-hmm.
That pitch misses low, 2-0. It's cliche, but you force them to make a play.
Absolutely. Well, I guess not so much in softball, but
that one gets the outside part of the plate.
But you make an out half the time, you're considered good,
Right.
So there's no guarantee that you're going to get a hit, so you might as well make people move, make them think.
Ground ball hit too short. Oh, Snyder.
Wow, was that close?
Yeah, they
out.
They got her.
Unless they go to replay. Wow, is Rivera fast?
I don't think they have access to our camera feed down there for the refs to check out the replay.
Call New York.
They got the feet of Highland Andrean up. That brings up Peyton Reed, 0 for 1 today.
I looked at her to do the same thing. Put a little air in it, if you can on purpose. That's the one thing. Even as a coach, sometimes you sit there and you tell someone to do something, your player to do something, and it's like, well, if they can do anything on purpose, just have them hit a home run every time. They're trying. They're doing the best they can.
She shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a pitch outside. I was waiting on the call. Some of those strike calls have been a little delayed, so I've been kind of waiting there.
And I'm distracted because the umpire is right in the way of the concession stand. So my eyes are going to the jujubes. Wow, did I just age myself with jujubes?
I know what they are,
okay.
but I'm a big fat guy who likes candy, so I know what jujubes are. So. I thought you were going to go with popcorn or pretzels but jujube, it's an out of the box selection. I like it.
I guess it's the nostalgia of being back here in Highland and looking at a concession stand.
Here's the pitch from Bond. That misses low and outside.
Yeah, when I played youth softball here in Highland, Highland didn't even have a field for their varsity program. They played at Shepherd Park.
2-1 the count. They got the lights here a few years ago. I love being able to do baseball and softball under the lights.
Oh, it's great.
There's a fly ball hit to left. Oh, making the catch in left field.
Did you get that?
Gracie Wardingley with an outstanding catch. Let's see if we can get a replay queued up of that one, guys.
Wait. I'm trying to see. All right. I saw no reaction from anyone.
Wow. That's a candidate for a proud Union home play of the game, courtesy of the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Build your future at IKORCC.com. That brings up Jordan Boyd.
Is that low?
That one missed low.
It definitely seems like Andrean's being a little bit more deliberate pitching this inning.
The difference in pitching speed between Rivera and Bond, especially like you said here in this third, night and day. Big swing and a miss. Boyd drew a walk in her first plate appearance. That was with 2 outs. See if she can do it again or pick up the Trojans' second hit of the evening. Lines that with the first off the glove of the first baseman, Valiva.
What an effort.
Great effort there by Libby Valiva to go full extension and nearly make the diving catch. But it's 2-out single for Jordan Boyd. You're not marking that down as an E3, are you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, I was going to say, if Ed's in a bad mood.
That's right. If I was coaching it, no, I'm joking. That's not a play like that. I wouldn't put an error on someone. I think the ground caused the fumble. It looked like it's stuck in the ground for a little bit.
You got to love the effort, though.
Yeah.
That's one of the criteria for our Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. There's a pitch inside to Sarah Swallow, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn. They call that a strike?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Again,
Agreed.
I gotta keep my eyes on the umpire. Late, I saw where the pitch was and I assumed, and that's what I get for it. Hot shot foul down the third base line.
I'll tell you what, Highland's really, as I stutter, Highland's really seeing the ball. It seems like they're taking pitches they should be taking it. At least this inning, I should say. Last inning, not so much. But this inning, there really seems like they're on the ball.
And we've seen some good contact from them. Just a lot of times it's been foul.
Right. And then you get two back-to-back, the great play down the left field line, then they almost catch that. So what do you do?
Yeah, because if that one gets by the first baseman, you're looking at potentially extra bases if that gets into the corner.
Yeah.
Fouled back. 1-2 the count.
And sometimes that's all it takes, a couple hard hits like that, even if they don't score here, but it's like, hey, we're on her now. We're on the pitcher now. We're on it. It gives you a little positive momentum going into the next inning.
Off speed, misses high, 2-2 the count. Should Swallow continue the inning, Jordan Steele would come to the plate for the Trojans. Here's the 2-2. Fouled back to the. See, good thing we're in the soccer box. If we were in the softball box, that would have come right at us.
Yeah, I would have been under the desk.
That's right. Got to protect the equipment and everything.
That's right.
I would have protected the equipment. You could have jumped under the desk. Count stays at 2-2. Bond looking at the wristband to get the signal for this pitch. 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. There's a lazy fly ball to center. Spain no problem tracking that down. And the 2-out hit goes for naught in the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a runner left on base. We're through 3 complete. Highland and Andrean still scoreless here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
We're scoreless here in the top of the 4th inning. Andrean coming to bat here, still looking for their first hit of the ball game, trying to solve Mia Rivera in the circle, who's been outstanding for the Trojans. She hasn't recorded a strikeout yet, but she's really kept these Andrean hitters off balance, Ed.
Yeah, absolutely. She's mixing things up. She's moving the ball around and hitting locations. It looks like I haven't seen the catcher have to move all that much to catch the ball.
That pitch misses high. Outside of a 2-out free pass issued in the first, she's retired 7 in a row. Doing a great job keeping her team in this game. Highland 2 hits of their own through 3 innings at bat. There's a fastball that just misses inside.
Ay. You know, and that's something you tell a little bit with the body language. You can tell Rivera just really confidence in what she's doing and what she wants to do.
That one misses. 3-1 the count. You can tell she's getting a little bit frustrated with herself, though, stepping out of the circle.
I don't know if it's so much herself.
Fair. All right, a little bit frustrated. The 3-1 misses low, ball 4, leadoff walk drawn by Elaine Dukas for the Andrean 59ers. Just the second Andrean base runner here in this ball game. As Highland coach is going to come out. Oh, no, excuse me, we're going to have a courtesy runner, I believe, for the catcher, I think.
All right, you're in charge of figuring this out.
I see the ump going to kind of the scorecard.
Yeah.
And now he's approaching the Highland dugout.
Yeah, telling them to change.
Okay. So now we have a courtesy runner over at first. Black jerseys with red numbers outlined in gold.
All right. I'm going to take a stab at this. I'm going to say it's Samantha White because it looks like two digits.
Okay.
I don't know what the digits are, but there's two of them. And if I'm wrong, I just gave free props.
And she's the
to
only.
Samantha White.
She's the only. I believe it is. I believe you're right there. Yep. There we go. You got it.
Look at me.
Mike Steele up in the press box confirming for us. It is Samantha White.
It's that Highland education. I'm still wondering if they put my Hall of Fame plaque in the cafeteria. They've been talking about it for years.
Retired your seat like bronze that seat.
Absolutely.
Here's the pitch from Rivera, high and outside. 1-2 the count. Again, Andrean with looking to pick up their first hit. They do have a runner on with nobody out.
Okay.
And Rivera struggling to find the strike zone.
Is that drop third?
Drop third. And the runner's going to go heads up base running there by White. She's going to head to third,
no
and the ball gets away from
on.
third base. And the throw is away, so a strikeout, but a run comes in to score, and Valiva ends up on third with a host of base running errors for the Trojans. Throwing errors.
Yeah, if I was a Highland coach, I think I'd walk out and settle them down.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the K.
And then you have...
Then E2.
2, and then
E6.
And then E7 on the throw home.
No, E7, okay. Oh,
so I think I could safely say you had 3 throwing errors on that. Or 2 or 3. No, I think... No.
One to second.
Okay, because White was ready to go to second. So the throw to third.
There's the throw to second first.
Mm-hmm.
Then the throw to third. Then the throw home.
And none of them were online.
Right. So 3 errors, and they scored 2 runs.
Oh, that second run score.
Yeah.
I missed the second run scoring.
No.
Yeah, 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
When did the second run cross?
On the
throw home?
Unless they're... Wait, did they call her out on the strike? No, that's a... Runner at first, there is no jump there.
Okay, so
right.
It's all right.
Right.
Okay, so it is.
So it's just 3 errors, 1 run scored, and that was an out.
So
I've been out of practice.
Yeah. That's kind of killer for Highland too, because it was unnecessary.
Right.
Again, that's reactionary thinking drop third, but in the heat of the moment, you're not thinking, all right, runners on first, no drop third.
Well, look at we're sitting up here and we panic.
So 1 run is in and 1 out.
Yes.
Swing and a miss there.
And that was Rivera's first strikeout.
Yeah, but I'm sure she's not.
Yeah.
And we're giving Highland 2 errors on that?
I say 3. Personally.
3? Okay. I agree with you.
That was, but that goes to show you though, and I've seen it a handful of times in my career, of people just getting caught up in the emotion and kind of forgetting where they're at.
And heads up base running by Samantha White as well to be aggressive and go after that and force, like we talked about, you force the defense to make a play. She put the pressure on that Highland defense, and they couldn't come through and make that play.
Yep, absolutely. And I was just going to say right before that pitch is like, I'm surprised they're not doing anything to, change things up, change up their pace.
Fly ball hit to left. Swallow in shallow center from shortstop makes the catch. Out number 2.
Man, I'm sorry, I can't get that play out of my head.
I know, that's... That wasn't something we were expecting.
No,
here today.
Not at all.
But what's it? You see enough baseball and softball games, you're going to see something you've never seen before, and I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a frozen rope, but right to Swallow at short. Out number 3. In the inning, there was a run, no hits, 3 errors, and nobody left on base. Just like that, Andrean takes a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the 4th here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more. Visit
Highland coming to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's going to be Jordan Steele, Erica Phillips, and Joanna Zerlis, scheduled hitters for the Trojans. As they're the only team here with hits in this ball game, but they're also one of the 2 teams without a run as they trail Andrean 1-0 here on senior night at Highland. First pitch to Steele is a strike. She's 0 for 1 with fly out.
Yeah, well, we'll see how Highland responds, right? I mean, that's all you can do.
Swing and a miss.
Let me get the right name here. Looks like Bonna's just going to wear out that outside area until the Highland makes their adjustment.
She goes back outside on 0-2, just misses.
And that's sometimes pitchers, because you always tell pitchers, when they're growing up and all that, change the pace, change this, change the location.
Okay, we do have a pinch hitter here. This is Maddie Pinero hitting, swing and a miss, strike 3. Thanks to Mike Steele up in the press box for keeping us updated. So Maddie Pinero goes down on strikes.
But sometimes if something's working, if the other team isn't going to make the adjustment, then why should you make yours,
So that brings up Erica Phillips.
Took one low there. At least we think it's Erica Phillips.
Scheduled hitter. There's a strike.
Trying not to be a homer here.
Big swing and a miss there.
You know, and the thing is, if she does, Bond does make a mistake, you know, leaves one on the inside. I mean, these Highland girls are swinging good. They're just not batting the ball.
It's another strikeout for Bond. Second of the inning. Fifth of the game. She's making the case to be our Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. That's brought to you by the Crowell Companies. They're the insurance superheroes and are proud to recognize the superheroes on the softball diamond. That brings up Joanna Zerlis. She has one of the 2 Highland hits here this evening. Looks at a ball outside.
Oh, this was, yeah, she hit a rope to center field. That Spain cut off.
Ground ball to short. Shortstop fields it. Strong throw to first. Not in time. An infield single.
Wow. That's quick.
Zerlis showing off her speed there. She's 2 for 2 on the evening. 2 out hit for the Trojans.
Yeah, that, I'll get it. Snyder's got to charge that a little bit. I mean, it's hard to tell from here how hard that was. But
yeah, she definitely played back on that a little bit more. So runner on first. 2 outs for Skylar Zoatman, who drew a walk her last time up. Lights are on, just about taking full effect here.
Checking now. Zerlis only has 1 stolen base.
Big swing and a miss there. Highland trying to tie this game up. That one misses high.
Yeah, I'd almost think I'd send her.
2-1 the count here. Oh, she just showed off good. 1-2. Thank you very much. This is low. Now it's 2-2. She showed off good wheels on that infield single.
Yeah, that's what when I checked your stats and saw only 1 stolen base. You know, again, I don't know. I haven't seen a game yet.
Well, and like we talked about, at some point you have to start manufacturing offense, manufacturing those runs. You got 3 hits in the game, but not able to string any of them together. That one just misses. The count is full.
Yeah, that sounds like the Cubs this year. Doing real good and getting people on. Getting them in is another thing.
Well, at least your favorite baseball team is, good at getting people on base. I think we saw that one fouled back. We saw the highlight of the White Sox 2023 season yesterday when they had an 11-run inning. Will they score 11 runs combined over the course of the next 7 days? I'm going to say no. And if they do, somebody's going to get hurt in the process.
Sure, well, yeah,
that's White Sox baseball for you. I'm not bitter or anything. Don't worry. Count stays full. Here's the pitch from Bond. Outside, ball 4. Second walk drawn by Skylar Zoatman. And that puts 2 on, 2 outs once again for Evie Rivera as the scheduled hitter. And I believe that is her. She was wearing the sweatshirt last time she was up, too. And hitting from the left side of the plate.
Well, get them moving. If nothing else.
Slap hit right back to the circle, and Bond,
nice
strong
play.
throw to first. Abby Bond with a nice play to end the threat. 1-3 on the putout for out number 3. Highland threatens but does not score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. Highland has now stranded 6 base runners here in this ball game as they're seeking their first run of the contest. We move to the 5th. Andrean 1, Highland nothing here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at forajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
The 59ers coming about here on the top of the fifth inning. Scheduled hitters are Tatum Spain, Abby Bond, and Shea Spillman. That is the 6, 7, and 8 spots in the order as they look to extend their 1-0 lead over Highland here on an NCC softball showdown. Nathan Laird and Ed McLeod with you. On site, we got Mike Dewan, Claude Martinez, Justin Cole. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. I want to thank you guys for spending some of your Monday night with us here on the Region Sports Network as Spain swings and misses strike one. She's 0 for 1 today. Andrean, 1 run on no hits. Took advantage of 3 throwing errors on 1 play by Highland last inning to bring that run across.
Yeah, if you're Highland, or you're Andrean, nothing changes. Well, you still got to get on base.
Right.
Which they're struggling to do. But create something. Whatever you've been doing isn't working.
That pitch misses outside. Mia Rivera's pitched a nice game so far in the circle for the Trojans. 1 strikeout, which ironically is when Andrean scored their run on a drop third strike that wasn't situation. She hasn't given up a hit yet. Ground ball to second. Evie Rivera fields it over to first to get the speedy Spain for out number 1. Rivera had to get that one from her second base spot and fire over because Spain was hustling it down that line.
Kind of got worried. Like we said, the shortstop for Andrean the last thing, he got to be a little bit more aggressive, even at second base.
First pitch to Abby Bond misses high, ball 1. Bond 0 for 1. Facing her counterpart here. That one misses low. Count is 2-0.
Yeah, it almost seems like Rivera's. I don't know if it's a mental but it seems like a little fatigue-ish.
Right.
And it could be just her frustration,
Ground ball too short. Swallow fields it nicely. A bullet over to first. Nice play there by Sarah Swallow, the Highland shortstop, who's made a handful of nifty defensive plays in this one. Fielded that was like textbook, getting down to the ball and blocking it and not hesitating on that throw to first.
Yeah, did everything you're like you said, like you're supposed to, like you're taught in D-ball.
Brings up Shea Spillman 0 for 1, lined out back to Rivera in the circle. Last time up, looks at a strike.
Every time I hear you say Rivera, I keep on looking for my my buddy Abe. Then I realize his daughter's graduated 5 years ago, and he lives in St. Louis now. But
Ground ball to Zoatman at third, over to first and plenty of time. A nice 1-2-3 for Mia Rivera and the Trojans. That's what they needed after last inning's defensive struggles. Andrean goes down in order. Highland coming to bat at the bottom of the fifth after this here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
The hush falls over the press box here at Highland as Justin Cole counts us back in from break. The Trojans coming to bat at the bottom of the fifth. It's the top of the order. Mia Rivera, Peyton Reed, and Jordan Boyd. As Ed McLeod, the Trojans have 3 hits in this ball game, but they've stranded 6 base runners, at least one in every inning. It's alternated, 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth. So obviously the pattern will say they strand one more again here.
Yeah.
But hopefully for the Trojan fans, I'm wrong with that, and they finally push a runner across.
Well, I mean, this is who you want. This is the part of the lineup you want up in this situation to get you going. So
Abby Bonds pitched a heck of a game for the 59ers in the circle. There's a ground ball to first, fielded by Voliva. Not exactly cleanly, but luckily for her, she was right next to the bag and can juggle the ball a little bit and have plenty of time to step on the cushion for out number 1.
Yeah, if that ball is hit anywhere else and she had to make a step for it, I think Rivera's safe.
Right.
Yeah.
So that brings up Peyton Reed 0 for 2 today. An outstanding play in left by Wardingley in foul territory last time as Reed looks at a strike.
Well, you got to, I mean, if you're Reed, you got to think the same thing. They're not going to pitch you different. So do the same thing. If she can make another great play, then she makes another great play.
Right. You just tip your cap and
move
her on along as that one's fouled out of play.
I had a girl one time, begged her for a year and a half to hit the right field. And she finally did it. Girl made a play just like they did, and she goes, I'm never hitting the right field again. I think that's the hardest ball you hit in a year and a half.
Right, if they, if they rob you on a great play, what are you going to do about it? There's, that one misses high. They had a busy night here at Highland. Baseball to our left, the Trojans and the Panthers. A long-time rivalry. My school versus Ed school over there. Highland taking on Andrean here, and behind us a middle school track meet. Off-speed pitch just high.
Whew. I tell you, I admit it, I'm a sucker for any changeup. If it is close to the plate, I'm swinging.
Me too. That's why my baseball career never went anywhere.
Yes, same.
There's a fastball that misses high.
I improved once I went to sloper softball. I improved on that.
Count is full.
Man, some good takes here by Reed.
Ground ball hits to second. Grasha over to first. I like we've seen players for both teams really hustle down the line on anything hit to the infield.
Yeah.
They know the value in 1-0 game, the value of each and every base runner could be huge here in a pitcher's duel like this. If you're thinking, all right, it's 12-10, you're going to hustle, obviously, but maybe not quite as much when you know.
Right.
And as we saw, all it takes is to get somebody on, and then you could easily move. Well, not easily, but the potential's there to move them in.
Right. There you go.
That brings up Jordan Boyd.
Oh, shot.
A shot down the left field line, just foul. Boyd with a single her last time up. That was in the third inning. She's also drawn a walk.
That's why I'm kind of surprised to see the low stolen base numbers for Highland. I mean, it looks like they have a very quick team.
After the game, we have 3 awards we're going to hand out, including the Proud Union Home Player of the Game. That's brought to you by the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Build your future at IKORCC.com. Off-speed pitch there. Not sure where it missed, but it's a ball.
Well,
we don't have the same view as the umpire does. We got to say that. He's obviously got the better view than we do, but from our vantage point, that looked like a darn good pitch.
Yeah, judging by the reaction from Bond, her and Mia Rivera have the same frustration right now.
They know what the other one is, how the other one's feeling at this point. That one missed outside. That's an easy call there. I got a text from one of my umpire friends who goes back and watches this later, and you guys don't have the same view. It's like, I know.
We can only call what we see.
So, Larry, I'm expecting that text later on, buddy. Here's the pitch from Bond. Swing and a miss. Counts even at 2-2.
I'd be begging and pleading my, if I was Highland, begging and pleading my players, trying to hit the right field.
There's some room down there. Way outside. The count is full.
Like I say, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and we haven't seen them go opposite.
No, they're not even trying. I mean,
they're pulling everything.
Yeah. And that's the thing. When I'm saying try for right field, yeah, ideally that's what I'm saying. But what it also does, it doesn't mean you have to go, the ball has to go to right field. It means that you're going to get that plate coverage and get your bat out where it needs to be to make solid contact. Again, it's easier for me to say it from the dugout or wherever and not sitting there with the pitch coming at me.
That one's in foul territory. First baseman Libby Valiva right against the fence by her dugout makes the catch for out number 3 in the inning. The first 1-2-3 inning for Abby Bond. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We move to the 6th. Andrean 1, Highland nothing. Here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Top reasons to work at Strack and Van Til.
Many opportunities to grow.
Flexible hours.
Outstanding benefits like paid vacation time and holidays.
Enjoy health benefits in a 401k plan.
I always feel like I'm part of the team.
Premium and competitive pay.
The sign-on and referral bonuses help to find the perfect talent.
Text STRAX to 97211 to apply today, or visit our site at strackandvantil.com/careers. Nobody else will give you the opportunities that we do.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Andrean coming about here on the top of the 6th inning. It's the number 9 hitter, Aubrey Grasha, leading things off, followed by Micah Snyder and Elaine Dukas. As I think we might have another. Oh, we got a pitching change, it looks like. Number 14, Zoe French, coming in to pitch for the Trojans. Thanks again to Mike Steele. Shout out to him for all of his assistance. Zoe French on the season. This is her 9th appearance. She's 1-0. She's thrown 15 1/3 innings. She's given up 13 runs. 11 of those have been earned, a 5.02 ERA. 22 strikeouts compared to 6 walks. Opponents getting on base at a 254 clip against her. So Mia Rivera pitched a nice game here. Giving up the 1 run. It was not earned. No hits through 5 innings. But she gives way in the circle to French. And if my eyes don't deceive me, it looks like Rivera is now playing right field. And Jasmine Striedelmeyer, who was the flex player, is no longer in right.
I am confusing myself. Okay. Now I got it.
Well, at least I'm confusing more than myself. I'm confusing somebody else. There's a fly ball hit down the foul line to right field over the fence. Rivera gives chase, but out of play.
Well, Andrean's got to like the situation, see somebody else. Don't know, yet to see if that's good or bad, but
right, they obviously struggled against Mia Rivera.
Right. And this is something you definitely got to for Andrean, you gotta get in your head. You gotta think, we gotta get at least one run, at least. Oh, shot down the left field line, fair ball.
That's fair. Extra bases, first hit of the game for the Niners. Aubrey Grasha with a leadoff double as Andrean looks to tack on an insurance run. And we're going to have another pitching change here. Zoe French departs. Get out of the way, I'm sorry. Let's see who's coming in. Looks like Mia Rivera's going back into the circle. Striedelmeyer, I said she was out of the game. She actually went into second. And Evie Rivera's out now. Evie Rivera back in to play second base. Mia Rivera back from right field to the circle.
So earlier you asked me about the flex player.
Right.
That's what you can do.
Right. You can move Striedelmeyer around a little bit.
Right. I still have anyone yet explain it to me exactly how everything works, but I know you can do stuff
What's
like that.
interesting, though, is Andrean picks up their first hit of the ball game, but it is against Zoe French. So Mia Rivera back in the game. She has not. I mean, it doesn't count as a no-hitter, but Mia Rivera personally has not given up a hit yet, even though she's given up an unearned run, and there's a runner on second after a double.
Yeah.
Keep that in your head for when we do our post-game awards, especially our Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. There's a bunt lay down. It's a beautiful one. Rivera out of the circle. Underhand throw to first. Nice play by Rivera.
That was interesting.
But Snyder gets the job done in moving the runner over to third. We mentioned how many times tonight, Ed, manufacturing runs, moving those base runners along. Low-scoring game, that's exactly what Andrean, Micah Snyder went up there and did her job perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to me, it's a simple game, but now you're in a great position to get that one run. They're going to do it again. Oh, what a play! I can't see what he called. I think he called safe. I'm trying to see who's cheering.
The Andrean dugout's cheering, so
All
run
right,
scores.
Oh.
And Dukas is on second. So 2-0 Andrean.
All right, there you go. I mean, again, creating chaos.
So 2-0 59ers here.
Another thing, if you're stealing or you're, even if it's not a steal, if it's just kind of like a hit and run type thing, you're making the fielders move.
Right.
Fielders don't like to move unless they have to move. They know what's going to happen.
That one misses high. The track meet has ended. It's significantly more quiet in here now behind us. The workers working the middle school track meet like to talk. Fly ball to center field. Steele charges in right on the edge of the infield, makes the catch for out number 2.
I thought that was going to be a little bit deeper. I was hoping to maybe see a little play at third base and see what happens.
And that brings up Gracie Wardingley 0 for 2 today. That one misses high. We got a replay coming up here. After we'll play it in between innings.
Yeah, again, that was on a nice bunt. Forced Rivera to make the play.
Runner steals third. I believe that's White back in running for the catcher, Dukas. So now runner on third with 2 outs. It is awfully quiet in here now.
Yeah.
I don't know how to adjust. I'm trying to adjust my volume level instead of having to talk over everybody. That one misses high.
I feel like what I heard what a library is like. It's kind of nice, though.
I know, right?
Kind of little.
That pitch is strike. I don't have to hear which teachers are liked and which ones aren't.
Yeah. It's kind of PGA-ish.
And Rivera in the circle. That one is a strike, called strike. That was a long hesitation before that strike call.
You got 2-2.
3-2 misses high, ball 4. Warringly gets on base for the first time today. Runners at the corners, 2 outs for Libby Valiva. 0 for 2. Lined out to short her last time up.
Well, Highland better discuss how they're going to do this, because I guarantee you that runner at first is going to go to second.
There's that runner down to second. Swallow cuts off the throw. The runner heads home, though, and they're going to get some. Nope, they are not going to get the run down. So runner at third scores the courtesy runner. Makes it 3-0 Niners, and Warringly heads into third base. Swallow cut off that throw, but her throw back home was offline, which allowed the runner to not only take second, but move into third base.
Yeah, and then there was a little mishandle on the throw to third base. That
luckily, it didn't get, for Trojan fans, it didn't get too far away from Zoman and allowed another run to score.
Yeah.
So Andrean has 2 hits in this ballgame?
Do you have that many?
Or just the one?
I think I have just the one.
What'd you mark down for Ducas's, where the run scored? Was that an error on the bunt?
That was a force play. Or that was a fielder's
choice?
Yeah, even though it wasn't an out, so that's...
No, she wasn't out, though.
No, she wasn't, so that'd be a hit, right?
Right. So, yeah, that gives them 2 hits.
Man, I got to start keeping score at home more often. You know, Pat Hughes always says, if I'm scoring at home, well, I got to start doing it.
I got to bring you out of retirement more often to do more games, though.
Oh, that too. I'm done with that. 2-1. Oh, nope.
That misses low, ball 4. Once again, runners at the corners, and like you said, don't be surprised to see.
Gonna see it again? Wait.
Right.
Oh, they just did it right off the bat. Runner's going to score. Runner scores.
But then they got the tag.
And then they got the tag. All right.
So Wardenley scores. So explain. I was marking down my scorebook. So on the walk, she took the wide turn and started head to second.
Right.
And then got held up in a run up.
Long enough for the
run across, and then gave herself up. So Andrean plays 3 runs in that inning off of just 2 hits, a pair of walks, and some nice base running. And the Niners are up 4-0 as we move to the bottom of the 6th here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
And they're moving quickly in between innings, and Sarah Swallow swings at the first pitch. Grounds out, just a slow roller right in front of the catcher, 2-3 on the putout for a very quick out number 1. And for Highland, offensively, you picked up 3 hits in this ball game, but you haven't been able to string many base runners together. You haven't been able to cross the plate, and all of a sudden, you're down to your final 5 outs.
Yeah, and you just got to find something, anything, just to jumpstart the attitude, let alone everything else. But you got to get them to believe they can come back.
Brings up Jordan Steele. It does not fail that nobody calls or texts me unless I'm on air. Then I get FaceTimes from my daughter. I've got my buddy calling me. Texts from people, hey, give me a call.
Yeah.
No. But when I'm doing nothing,
right,
my phone stays silent.
Your cousin that lives in Jamaica decides to finally call after 10 years.
Well, that's a call you got to take. Pitch to Steele. Chopper foul down the first baseline.
Ooh.
There's a fly ball. Deep to left. It's going to be over the head of Wardingley as Steele rounds second base. She's going to head into third. Slides safely. A one-out triple for Jordan Steele. And maybe that's what wakes up this Trojan offense.
It's got to start somewhere. Why not that? That
Boy,
was a bomb opposite field against the wind. What a bomb.
On a warm, on what you usually get on May 8th, that's a home run.
Right, absolutely.
But Jordan Steele with the triple. That's her second triple of the year. So runner on third and just one out for Erica Phillips, who's the scheduled hitter. She's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts today.
What they need to do is install a mobile field, so wherever the wind's blowing out, you can rotate
you turn
the
it?
Yeah. I think I'm on to something.
Some industrious sporting turf company is listening right now. They're getting ideas. That's copyright of Ed McLeod 2023. I'm going to get in on that, though.
All right.
Copyright Nathan Laird and Ed. No, we'll give you Ed McLeod and Nathan Laird.
Oh, thank you.
We'll put you first.
I appreciate it.
And probably Chris Ramirez will have to get in on that, too, since he's paying for this broadcast. Your name still goes first.
All right. I'll give him $5.
There you go. The pitch from Bond, swing and a miss.
Oh, right underneath.
Said if you're a Highland, Highland's stranded 6 base runners so far here in this game. You can't strand this runner at third with just one out. You have to figure out a way to bring Steele home.
Yeah, that's again what Andrean just did. I mean, that's you got to get creative, even though you're down 4. You still got to get creative here.
Swing and a miss there. 1-2 the count to Phillips. Joanne Zerlis on deck. She's 2 for 2. The pitch from Bond fouled back to the fence.
Yeah, right on it too.
Track meet done. Looks like the baseball game's done.
Well, we got the place all to ourselves.
We're the only game in town in more ways than one here. Right after the game, Ed and I are going to hand out a trio of awards, including the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. It's brought to you by the Crowell Companies. Right here in Highland, also in Maryville and Michigan City. The 1-2 misses high, 2-2 the count.
They're not going to lock us in, are they?
If they do, I did not bring camping supplies or anything, guys, so we're going to have Claude Martinez shimmy out a window and get us out of here.
There we go.
Pop up, fouled out of play. Well, Mike DeWine's a big guy. He can probably break through one of these windows if we want. You ready for that, Mike? That's intern work right there. Break the window for us. But now guess I'm on record telling him to do it, so I'm liable. So, Mike, don't break the window. Wink, wink. Bond taking her time in the circle. The pitch misses just high. The count is full. Good at bat here by Phillips, who got down early in the quick. She's struggled at the plate so far with a pair of strikeouts. But she's seen a lot of pitches here in this at bat, and that's a good take with 2 strikes.
Yeah, it was, and she was swinging them earlier in the at bat. So
the 3-2 fly ball hit too shallow center coming in, and almost making the diving catch is Tatum Spain.
There we go.
Highland gets the run across on an RBI single off the bat of Erica Phillips. Jordan Steele crosses home.
Well, great try by,
Tatum Spain.
But, I mean, sub here. But, I mean, that just goes to show hits don't have to be pretty. If you want to win, don't care, everything doesn't need to be a hard shot. It just needs to work.
So that brings up Joanna Zerlis. 2 for 2 today.
We got a new runner at first. I'll let you guess who it is.
For Phillips. Phillips is the Highland catcher, so you get the courtesy runner for her. And she needs to turn her back a little bit. She's in almost a sprinter stance, ready to take off for second. 10? No, 10 is Erica Phillips, so no.
I thought did they pinch hit for her? They might have pinch hit for her because I saw someone running from first to.
Or is that 18? It's a 1 and a circular number.
I tell you, again, I'm going to bury this. Beat this horse, but I'd be running or bunting or something. You got the third baseman playing even with the bag, and maybe I'm just out of the loop long enough that I don't know what's standard anymore as far as like defensive positioning, But that's a little too deep for me. I would even try to bunt in this situation.
Fouled back to the fence once again.
I mean,
I think you're right. That was a pinch hitter. I'm pretty sure that's 10 out there. So, sorry, we missed the name of the hitter. I'm going to see if we can get that.
Yeah, I probably would have legged it out, I'm sure. But, I would bunt myself in this situation. Put a Big Mac in second, I would have got a double. I like how Bond is taking control of the pace to benefit herself.
Ground ball past the third baseman and the shortstop into left for a single. Joanna Zerlis 3 for 3 today.
Have a day.
All singles, but again, this is a team that is now 1 swing away from tying this up.
There we go. Zolman's up, and she's 2 walks, so now you're continuing the inning. That's what it's about right now. When I played in this situation, I always told my teammates, I want to make all 3 outs this inning. Everyone's like, well, you're stupid. I go, hey, if I make all 3 outs, you know how many runs we scored?
Right. That means I got to the plate 3 times in 1 inning. Of course, you'd get some razzing in the dugout after that, but
that's fine. I'll take it.
Meeting in the circle for the 59ers. As Highland looking to claw their way back in this ball game. It's 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Trojans, who got to Abby Bond a little bit earlier, have really made some noise here this inning, and it started with that 1-out triple from Jordan Steele. Followed by an RBI single and then another base hit.
The one thing I've noticed this inning compared to the rest of the game is a lot more controlled swings and controlling the strike zone a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. So Skylar Zoatman up, a couple walks. She shows bunt, lays it down, foul.
Good try there.
Phillips the runner at second, Zerlis the runner at first. Still just 1 out in the inning. And 1 run already across for the Trojans. Shows bunt again. Pops it up back to the fence.
Oh, that looks so bad from back here.
That's, yeah. What's, from a coaching perspective, you see a bunt get popped up. What's your first reaction that you can say on air?
Oh, shucks.
I had to throw that last part at you because I think I know the answer if I didn't. The 0-2 just missed high and outside.
Yeah, it's, and that's the thing, the coaches is, I'll defend coaches here a little bit, is, your initial reaction is your reaction. It's like, I'm not mad at the player. They're, like I said earlier, they didn't do that on purpose. But that initial reaction is like, golly gee willikers, why couldn't you,
How many times did you ever say golly gee willikers in the dugout?
Yeah, none.
Okay. That one misses high.
I don't think golly ever got out of my mouth.
Let alone the G Willikers?
Yes.
Fouled back to the fence once again. Zoman stays alive.
You probably could have put piercings in my bottom lip from chewing on it quite often. Another good at bat. I mean, Highland's coming out. I mean, they are focused this inning. This is even though they already had some hits and had runners on, it just seems like a different Highland team that we're seeing at the plate right now.
That one fouled out of play. Kylie Prine had the RBI single for Erica Phillips.
Good job, Kylie. Way to come in and do a job. That's not an easy task to come in and pinch hit like that, and especially in that situation.
Thanks again to Mike Steele for giving us some of those updates as that one misses. It's been a good at-bat here for Skylar.
Yeah, she's really... Well, the one thing is, I don't know, maybe I'm just patting myself on the back of it. Are they laying off the outside pitch that she's been trying to...
That she was living off of for a good majority of this game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're forcing her to go inside now, and now they have a nice little rally going. Man, the game's so easy when you're standing in a press box 300 feet away.
Right, yeah. Come on. That's all you got to do. Once again, fouled out of play.
Hey, good battle. This is fun.
The wind picking up a little bit here. Looks like the rain has stopped, thankfully. I'm glad they didn't rush things and, postpone it. A handful of events were postponed today. Once that threat of rain kind of came in, it's like, it's not going to rain too hard.
Yeah.
Hey, stop me if you've heard this out of play.
Yeah. They wouldn't dare ruin my 2023
they knew you were coming, so we had to get this one
right.
in no matter what. If we had, Michael Bradner or Nate Ramey or somebody on the broadcast, game's off. We're not even going to reschedule it. But Ed's coming back to his stomping grounds. Game's on. Thunderstorm. They'd be playing. Be like the scene from Caddyshack with the bishop playing golf.
Yeah, they had a senior night ceremony beforehand. Yeah. Afterwards, they're having a ceremony for me. I mean, no one's going to be here. I'll be on the field by myself, but it'll be a nice ceremony.
It'll be glorious. We'll stream that too as well.
All right.
Well, your brother can watch and make some comments. He's already been full of them for you.
Yeah, right. He's so shy and silent.
I feel bad. I gave him some NFL draft advice, and it did not go his way. So I feel a little guilty. I got to hide out from him. Now Mrs. High, great at bat by Skylar Zoban, draws the walk. Her third walk of the evening. That loads the bases with just one out for Evie Rivera, who's 0 for 2 today. Last time up, she laid down a bunt and a great play by Abby Bond. Got the 59ers out of it. We'll see if they look to bunt again with Rivera.
I wouldn't be shocked if yes.
She swings away, pops it up in foul territory. Not able to make the play, though. From her third base position, it is Addison Kammer. Yeah,
So
and Andrean's expected, but you look where Kammer's at her third base spot. She's in front of Bond, basically, in the circle. Oh! There's a liner. Oh, foul. That was going to score all three if that was.
I think so.
If that was fair. Just foul.
What a shot.
That might have been the hardest hit ball we've seen all day.
Close to it. Yeah, other than the triple, I think you're right.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So quick 2 strikes on Evie Rivera.
I don't think Bond is going to go back to that pitch.
No. The 0-2 strike 3 looking.
That's another golly gee Williker moment, too. Yeah. Well, you got the person you want up right now.
7 strikeouts in the game for Abby Bond, and that's back to the top of the order with Mia Rivera. She has 1 home run this year. She's driven in 11. First pitch to her misses outside.
I always like seeing it is like that right there. I mean, she didn't even flinch. She just, as they say, spit on the ball. She saw outside the whole way and didn't even offer for it.
The 1-0. Bond goes back outside and misses again outside. 2-0.
There you go, forcing her to come back in like we talked about earlier.
If Rivera's able to extend this inning, Peyton Reed would come up. Highland looking to put a couple more runs on the board here as they trail by 3.
Yeah, not even going close to her. I don't know if that's by design or is by...
Right, I mean, there's nowhere to put her, and you're making this all right, you can pitch around, but then you're making a 2-run game with the bases loaded still, so...
Right. And Reed's put the bat on the ball. It's not like...
Right, there's a strike, 3-1. Pitch from Bond. Shot foul. So went from 3-0 to now a full count to Rivera. Highland trails 4-1, bottom of the 6th, 2 outs, bases loaded. Or as Michael Bradner would say, dogs on the grill. But I make fun of him every time he says it, so I'm not going to say it myself. I can just quote him.
Tell you what, if she can get one down the right field line here, that might be inside of Park Green.
Pop up right to first base. Libby Voliva just takes a step backwards, makes the catch. Highland does get a run, but Ed, you can't help but feel it could have been so much more for the Trojans with bases loaded and 1 out, and they don't play another.
Yeah, absolutely. That's and that's the hard part is, as a coach, you're deflated, but you got to not present that.
1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base. We're going to the 7th. Andrean 4, Highland 1. Here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
To the 7th we go here at Highland High School. Nathan Laird and Ed McLeod with you. Andrean leading Highland 4-1 here in a Northwest Crossroads Conference softball showdown on a Monday night. Here on the Region Sports Network, game night in the region. Thanks everybody for tuning in, spending your Monday night with us, talking softball, having fun. All sorts of great stuff here on the Region Sports Network. We got more coming up later this week. We got another edition of Table Talk from Catch Table and Tap coming up for you on Thursday as Ober coach Craig Osika joined us, and we're recording another episode tomorrow with my former football coach, Russ Radke, of now at Knox, but a longtime region football coach. He's going to be joining us tomorrow for our recording of that episode, so that'll be a whole lot of fun.
Nice.
So that one is fouled out of play by, I didn't write down the last out of the inning.
Oh, this is Tatum's Spain.
Oh, the last out of the inning was that's why I didn't write it down.
Right.
I didn't even know how to score that in my book. So Tatum Spain now. The walk and the wide turn allows the runner to score. Spain fouls off another pitch.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like outside, but it's nice in here. Maybe a little toasty, but...
Boy, when we first got up here with all the people that were in this box, it was real toasty.
Yeah.
It's ground ball too short. Swallow the long throw, not in time. That's a great throw by Swallow, but Tatum Spain showing off the wheels there for her first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, that's, just being that close, that shows what a great play that was. What an arm.
So one on, nobody out for Abby Bond, who's 0 for 2.
Yeah, look to Andrean just to keep on doing what they did last inning, just keep people moving and bunting and moving and grooving.
Shows bunt, pulls it back. Pitch missed high.
When did they put the lights up here?
It's been a few years. Yeah. Lays down a bunt right back to Rivera in the circle. Her only play is to first. Bond gets the job done, advancing Spain over to second. 1-3 on the sacrifice. For out number 1, brings up Shea Spillman, 0 for 2.
Again, Spillman's put the bat on the ball.
The umpire went over. He went over to the Highland dugout. I'm like, okay, did somebody say something? What's going on? But no, he was just looking for more softballs. We had a lot of foul balls in that bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, there was. Good. Be like the people on the golf course that sell the balls that go into their yard.
And as I've learned from some of my friends in athletic departments, not cheap.
Not at all.
That's they don't even give you a snow cone for returning them anymore. You're just giving them back.
Yeah.
That one misses high.
That's how I fell in love with softball, because of that. Going to the games at Hammond Civic Center, it was just early 70s and or mid 70s, and go run, get the foul balls into home runs, bring them back, get a bag of popcorn.
There you go.
I mean, it had nothing to do with softball at that point, but it got me to the games and fell in love with softball. The popcorn was really good.
Wait, all I got to do is take this ball back and I get popcorn? Right. I'm in.
I'll even run if I have to.
Knock other kids down who are trying to get in them.
Heck yeah.
Pitch misses high. 2-1. swing,
nice
get a miss.
pitch.
Oh, there was 2 strikes. So Spillman down on strikes for out number 2, and that brings up Aubrey Grasha, who doubled and scored last inning.
Right.
Part of that 3-run 6th for the Niners. Extended their 1-run lead to 4. Highland struck back in the bottom of the 6th with a run of their own. As Grasha swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. Still a nice crowd on hand here at Highland. Those Highland parents aren't going anywhere. Celebrate senior night with their daughters. Fouled back to the fence, 0-2.
Yeah, the one thing Highland, I mean, through the years, I guess a lot of schools like it, but you know, the parents have always been very supportive of the student athletes. Well,
yep.
All students here. I mean, I was part of a choir and a theater company, and the parents were very involved.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Grasha chases one outside, comes up empty. And Andrean threatens, but they do not score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on. Highland down to their final 3 outs. Coming up in the bottom of the 7th, they need 3 to tie. Can they do it? We'll find out after this. Here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit vaclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
Peyton Reed leads things off for the Trojans here, bottom of the 7th inning. Highland needs 3 to tie, 4 to walk it off here in the 7th.
Well, they got to Bond last inning, and you got 2, 3, 4 coming up. This is what you need.
Sharply hit into the Highland bleachers, foul. Reed 0 for 3 today.
Just need that little spark once again, that's all.
We saw that last inning with that 1-out triple off the bat of Jordan Steele, kind of got things going a little bit. But again, if you're Highland, you stranded 3 base runners on.
Right,
That's
exactly.
Called a strike. Okay. Again, he's got a better view than we do. That one's hit sky high to center. That's going to drop in front of Tatum Spain. I think she lost that one in the lights because that looked like a can of corn.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of something played around with her. I don't know.
So leadoff single for Peyton Reed. Puts the tying run on deck. Yeah, I can't imagine with some of the effort and good plays we've seen Tatum Spain make. That just a routine pop-up. She had to have lost that one in the lights because that was sky high.
I think so. I think she kind of lost it before because it didn't even look like she got a good jump. And I don't know if it's the windows here. It does look like there's a small bit of haze, so maybe that's affecting it out there.
So 1 on, nobody out for Jordan Boyd. First pitch swinging, hits a fly ball to right. No problem there for Shea Spillman, makes the catch for out number 1. How do you feel swinging at the first pitch in a situation like this? Do you want him to take, look at a few before you swing, or if you've got one you feel you can drive?
It always depends on the individual batter for me. By now the girls that can handle that know the strike zone, and you trust their swinging at strikes.
So that brings up Sarah Swallow, power hitter for the Trojans, but she's 0 for 3 today. Off-speed pitch misses.
Good take. Yeah, I was just looking through the book real quick, and it's first play by the right fielder. It was like a nice situation to be in for your first play, huh? I mean,
Popped up out of play.
There's worse situations, but that's,
right.
If I drop it, we got runners at second and third.
We thought last inning she was going to have to make a heck of a play on that liner by Evie Rivera that went just foul. And that would have brought home, that would have tied the game.
Yeah.
There's a fly ball hit to left. No problem there for Wardenley. Catches it for out number 2. Boy, we've seen a few hits for, I don't know if that one leaves on a warmer day, but it probably gets to the fence.
Well, it definitely drives her back, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's Jordan Steele. Tripled and scored her last time up. That was in the 6th. Highland down to their final out. They need 3 runs. Looks at a strike.
Well, she's going up there with confidence after that last at bat.
Bond still taking her time. Highland's working on her schedule. Ground ball to first, foul. Just on the other side of the bag from Libby Valiva, who is ready to step on base to end this game. But Jordan Steele will stay at the plate with 2 strikes against her. Here's the pitch from Bond. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Andrean takes this one 4-1 with an impressive performance from Abby Bond in the circle.
Yeah, I mean, Bond really took control, controlled the pace. Even after an inning like last inning, she came back this inning and, hit her spots where she needed to hit them.
We're going to keep it right here as we name our award winners for this evening, and good thing we're talking about Abby Bond because we're going to name our Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. It's brought to you by the Crowd Companies. They're the insurance superheroes and are proud to recognize the superheroes on the softball diamond, and I don't know anybody better to go with than the Andrean pitcher who pitched a complete game, gave up 1 run, and she had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that was her 8th strikeout.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, 8 strikeouts in the game for Abby Bond, and she walked the tightrope a few times, but she got out of it pretty much each and every time. You look at, she gave it the run of the 6th, but she also stranded 3 base runners with a huge strikeout of Evie Rivera and then getting Mia Rivera to pop up to second. So she, again, walked that tightrope well, really took control of this game, and like we said, kept control of the pace of this game.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the one thing with the Highlands' big inning there, quote-unquote big inning, getting on base, and it's, and we're being positive to Highland, and yet it was 1 base at a time,
right.
1 base at a time. And as a pitcher, you can afford to do that 1 base at a time, and she's able to collect herself and shut it down here in the 7th.
So Abby Bond, the pitcher from Andrean, is our Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowd Companies are the insurance superheroes, proud to recognize superheroes on the softball diamond. They have offices open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Next, we get to name the proud Union home play of the game. It's brought to you by our friends at the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Build your future at IKORCC.com. And, Ed, we're going to go back to the 3rd inning. A fly ball in foul territory off the bat of Peyton Reed, but Gracie Wardenley with an impressive sliding catch in foul territory right by the fence. That's a potentially dangerous play, too, if you slide into that fence. Yeah. Your ankle can bend in ways you don't want your ankle to bend, but Wardenley played it safe, made a great sliding catch, much to the chagrin of the Highland fans here, but the Andrean faithful loved it.
Yeah, and it kind of caught me off guard. I thought it was either going to be down in the corner, either fair or foul, but I thought it was down for sure, and all of a sudden, judging by everyone's reaction, it's like, oh, wait a second, I misread that one big time. She came out of nowhere to come up with that.
An impressive sliding catch to rob Peyton Reed by Gracie Wardingley, our proud Union home play of the game, brought to you by the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. And finally, the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn. Mia Rivera pitched a heck of a game in the circle for Highland. Didn't have dominating stuff, strikeouts-wise. She had 3. Yeah, she had 3 strikeouts, and 2 of them were the last 2 batters she saw. But she gave up 3 of the runs, credit to her, but only 2 of them were earned. That she kept an Andrean offense that had some pretty good hitters in it. She kept them off balance, kept her team in this ballgame.
Yeah, and she had a no-hitter going through 5 innings, and if you walk through the game, that's a lot of mental anguish in frustration. Not only we've talked about the strike zone where we weren't sure, but we're not judging because we're not there. But, the strikeout, drop third strikeout that becomes a run. And then you come out of the game, give up a double, then you're back in the game, and you're trying to, I'm sure the emotions were up and down.
She only gives up 2 hits, a bunt single in the 6th that scored a run, and then a leadoff single in the 7th. Those are the only hits she gave up in this contest.
Yeah, and she's a gamer. I
mean, she did walk 1, 2, 3. She had 4 walks, so not her best stuff today. Again, not overpowering stuff, but it says a lot about it. That's a blue collar performance to go out there and pitch as well as she did when you don't have your best stuff in the circle.
No, absolutely right. I mean, it was a thrill watching her, and I kind of regret not coming out and watching her more. She was fun to watch.
So Mia Rivera, our Boilermakers Local 374 blue collar player of the game. Earn while you learn. Boilermakers Local 374, and that's going to do it for us here from Highland. We're going to get out of here before they lock us in here at the Highland Athletic Facilities. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Here on site tonight, Claude Martinez, Justin Cole, Mike Dewan, doing a great job. Cameras, production, all that great stuff. Thanks to those guys for their efforts, and great job as always, gentlemen. Thanks to Ryan Harrington, the athletic director here at Highland High School. Thanks to Mike Steele, the PA announcer, who was sending the substitutions and pinch hitters and all that stuff. We would have missed a lot of those without Mike's assistance. And, of course, thanks to the 2 head coaches, Harry Humyak from Highland and Glenn Eisfelder from Andrean, for getting us lineups and stats and all that great stuff before the game. And, of course, thanks to you, the viewers, tuning in to Game Night in the Region, spending some of your Monday night with us here on the Region Sports Network. Ed, my broadcast partner, Ed McLeod, fun to work with you. It's been a while. Great to work with you again, my friend.
Oh, I appreciate you asked me to come out again. I think I had to put some ice on my throat. It's been a while since I talked this much, but I appreciate it. I had a blast, and available anytime you need me to come out.
And off air, we could talk about the Sharknado film series that we had an online discussion about Sharknado. We'll discuss Sharknado off the air. The audience doesn't need to hear that. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in here to Game Night in the Region. For everybody at the Region Sports Network, my name is Nathan Laird. Have a great rest of your Monday. We'll talk to you guys down the line here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.